Hello, gents. Coach Tim coming to you with the weekly VIP check-in. Hope you guys are doing well and hope you've had a successful week. If you've got a win that you can celebrate, then make sure to let somebody know about that. You could do that on the Facebook page for the guys if you are into social media. And if you're not, then touch base with your coach or somebody else who's supporting you in this journey, and let them know. Sometimes we're a little reluctant to celebrate our wins, but it's an important process in your proper mental approach to this, that you're not just pushing and not celebrating the successes. Go ahead and drive yourself a little bit, but celebrate the successes. This week I just wanted to talk about a busy schedule. And for some of you who have younger families, school's getting started, or it's right around the corner. And all the things that go along with that, and a busy schedule on top of work. Some of you are wrapping up the summer and you've got some more vacations. As you know, I work with new clients, and that seems to be a common theme. My schedule is busy. Either it's because we've got kids and they've got activities and we are constantly running. And then I've also got my work schedule. Maybe it's travel. Maybe it's just a busy life and it's full. And how do we integrate the busyness of our schedule with the discipline and consistency that we want to have when it comes to workouts and meal prep and planning? And I'll just tell you, it is not easy. There's no magic formula to this. You may know, I think I've shared before, I had 7 weeks off because I had 3 discs fused in my neck, and so I wasn't working out. And then as soon as I got the clearance to start working out, then we had a week of vacation, and then another week where we've got family visiting in town, and man, life just is full. So let me give you a couple tips that have worked for me. And one of those is pretty simple. That is that for me, if I want to get my workout in the morning, it's not rocket science. I need to make sure that I go to sleep early enough on the front end so that I can get up on a sustainable routine and get my workout in before I get ready for my day. Now, some of you leave so early, that's not practical, but you need to ask yourself, is it realistic for me to get my workout in consistently in the morning or in the afternoon? And if you're the kind of person who says, well, I don't like starting my day that way, or it's just too early, I'll do it in the afternoon, but it never happens, then maybe morning would be best for you. But if you're the kind of person who you can get home and that's the first thing you do, or maybe you do it later and you get it done later in the evening, you just need to find a place in your routine that you can do it consistently. Get at least a couple of strength training workouts in a week. You need to keep those muscles getting the signal that they need to replenish, that they need to get stronger, that you need to build more muscle tissue. Same thing goes for meal prep. It is extra work to plan ahead and to prep meals. And we've got some amazing features in the app, and there's, as you've heard, there's a newer version of the app that's on the horizon. There's going to be even more AI features, and all of those things are fantastic to help you to get your macros plugged in, to figure out what the macros are in what you're eating. But if all you're doing is doing that after the fact, then you can't plan to hit your macro goals. You might hit them, but you're doing it because you get towards the end of the day or you get after a meal and you think, oh, wow, I went over. Maybe I need to eat less at dinner. It is so much better to pre-plan what you're going to be eating, either the day before or even for the whole week, and know these are my portions. This is what I'm going to eat in order to get within 5 grams of each of my macro targets. And yeah, that's probably going to take you a half an hour. Maybe it takes a little bit more than that to sit down and say, okay, what are my meals for this week? What I'm going to do, and what do I need to make sure that I have in the pantry or in the freezer as far as meat goes? What do I need to have on hand as far as fresh produce? All of that takes planning, and you've got to find time for that. We need to remember that what we're doing here is trying to create a new lifestyle. And if you want not just to lose a few pounds and then gain it back and do this yo-yo dieting thing, which faster weight can be a part of. If you want to really change the course of your life and have a sustainable, healthy lifestyle, that you're going to have to build some healthy habits and some healthy lifestyle changes. And meal planning is one of those. Now, one of the things that we do that seems to help a lot with meal planning is when I cook dinners, whatever the protein is, I cook extra so that the meals that I'm planning for lunch can incorporate some of those leftovers. And I know for sure I'm not scrambling around trying to find protein, that I've got leftovers from a couple of dinners that week that I can use for my lunches. There are obviously there's other types of protein that you can plug in there, but meal planning is going to take self-discipline, and it's going to take some time, just like your workouts are. And it takes a lot of time to build a new habit. It doesn't happen overnight. So if you're one of those guys that is struggling with consistency, getting your workouts in, just start with the first step. What can you do this week? What can you do to get at least one workout in if you haven't been getting any in? What can you do to plan a couple of meals if you haven't been planning any? Take a doable first step and then build from there. But take a step and begin to incorporate some time into your daily routine so that you don't get sucked into the vortex of busyness and lose track of what you really want to do, which is to sustain a healthy lifestyle. So good luck to y'all with the busyness of school schedule if you've got kids, and just the busyness of life in general. But make some choices that build these healthy habits into your life, and you'll be thanking yourself for doing that when you get to be my age, 68, and you're still able to do some of the things that you want to do. All right, hope you guys have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.